from A Fresh Perspective Resourcing. Welcome to our YouTube page. Today's video from me is all about retention. What is retention? Well, retention is holding on to something. I'm not sure what the dictionary definition is, but I reckon you can understand it from my take on it. How does that relate to us and what we do? Well, retention is a massive part of recruitment. If you don't believe that it is, then you're probably not going to be very good at it. But ultimately, we would love it if we could get inside businesses, help them from the inside out, help them fix their issues with people leaving, and make sure that they held on to people by doing lots of the things that I'm going to tell you about. Then recruitment would be much easier, because people want to work for companies that hold on to their team, believe it or not. If you've got, this constant open door where people are just coming in and out, there's no stability, there's no consistency, your clients, your customers, whatever you call them, are going to be speaking to different people constantly. And this is a big thing in the recruitment agency industry. We aren't a recruitment agency, and that's why I don't refer to us in that way. We are much more of a recruitment partner. But ultimately, the amount of people that you would sit next to when you're working in recruitment agencies who change because they're not treated well, or they're not paid well enough, or there's lots of different things that you can do to keep your team. But ultimately, it doesn't help you recruit. Now, everyone will need to recruit at some point. Every business will need to recruit, unless you're a one-man or woman band. And ultimately, if you get your stuff right internally, then it will absolutely help you with recruitment. So we do something called Recruitment Director Service, where me and Laura sort of parachute, this is her phrase, into your business and help you do that sort of stuff. So help you put processes in place, help you make sure that what you offer your team, your staff, is good enough so that they stay. And then we help you look at how you would go out to market. So how can you retain your team? At the moment, the main things that people want, sorry, I did just burp then, hopefully it's not too loud on the on the video, but how you can keep hold of your team. So it doesn't need to be all the sexy perks. I mean, we do loads of these kind of things at Fresh, but ultimately people are bothered about flexible working. They're bothered about holidays. I'm going to see a client later today who's offering 28 days holiday as part of their benefits. That's not a benefit. That's the law. The government, whoever it is, tells you to do that. You have to do that, or it is illegal. So therefore, it cannot be on your benefits package. Whereas if you offered 21 days, it's still shit, but it's better than 20. You should be offering more though, because across the year, it isn't that impactful, unless you're like our team and they take them all at once, and then we're absolutely gutted because nobody's in the business. But ultimately, you need to be offering more in the way of holidays. People don't come to work to never have any time off with their families, with their children. They ultimately, unless you're really career driven and that is who you are, then yeah, you might want to spend a lot of time at work. But there are people who want to spend time at home as well. Oh, Siri, shut up. Is that my Siri? I don't know. Anyway, he keeps talking to me, but I'm very sorry. I do apologise for the interruption. But yeah, so make sure that you review your current holiday allowance. So if it is the law, this needs redoing. And ultimately, the people that you've already got in your business will feel good about this, especially if you're talking to it in terms of when you're going out recruiting and finding new people and you're classing it as a benefit. But in terms of the review process as well, so the amount of companies and people that we speak to in those companies who don't review their team is quite insane. So we speak to people who are only getting a one-to-one every 6 months. I mean, how much can happen in 6 months worth of time? You've no idea whether your team are happy, whether they've got issues, whether they've got questions, whether they want to progress, whether just there's so many different things. And ultimately, if you don't sit down and have a one-to-one with them and ask them open questions about how they're feeling, where they want to go in the business, how the hell will you know? You can't just watch them across the office and think, oh, well, they look happy and therefore they must be, because that is just bullshit. So make sure that you spend time having one-to-ones. So when someone comes into Fresh, we meet with them, I think it's every 2 weeks, and then this goes to every 4 weeks, and then they have appraisals twice a year. So they have the probation after 3 or 6 months, depending on what role it is, and then they would have a regular appraisal every 6 months. And in that, we can talk about how to retain them. How can we make you feel better in your role? So we've had recently one of our team, with Rachel, she's said that she's interested in marketing, and so therefore we have come up with a plan in order to get her involved in marketing and give her that responsibility, because she's super creative. So therefore, why would we not utilize those skills in our business? It benefits her, it benefits us, it benefits everyone. And there's no way, I mean, I didn't have that conversation with her. She was having a one-to-one with Vicky and Laura. And so as me across the office, I wouldn't have found that information out without doing that review process. So if you're not sitting down speaking to people, how are you going to find that sort of stuff out? And, you know, for example, if someone was thinking about leaving because they can't do a certain thing, but ultimately you've not spoke to them, how would you know if you can actually do that within your business? And the CSR element as well. So charity is so important to us at Fresh, giving back, using our platforms to benefit and help others and raise awareness is a massive part of what we do day in, day out. And so if somebody wanted to do something, whether it's, I don't know, a bungee jump or climb a mountain or whatever it is, it could be something more low key, they can do that with Fresh's involvement and help give back together. And so they're sort of hitting personal goals as well. Vicky, our manager, said she wanted to do a marathon in one of her appraisals with Laura, and so Laura was like, I'll do a marathon with you. I mean, I did say I would, and then I got pregnant instead. But they're doing it together, and then Cheryl's got on the back of it. Other people started running in the business, and that's got absolutely nothing to do with Fresh, but ultimately we want to get on board, we want to make people feel good, and it makes us feel good as well, and then everybody's happy. And then investment. So people want, and I've kind of covered this a little bit in what I've just said, but ultimately, if you've got progression routes in the business, are they easy to understand? Do people know where they can go, whether it's sideways, backwards, up, down, whatever it is? Are those signs and directions clear within your business? And sometimes you might not have a flow chart or a hierarchy or something, and that's fine, but it's in your one-to-ones, it's in the appraisals, it's in these meetings that you're having with your team where you find out where they might want to go. Because some people might have amazing skills and they might not be self-aware enough to notice it in themselves. And therefore, that's up to you as a strong leader, as someone who's inspirational and leading from the front, to point those out and help them get to where they need to be. And then obviously you've got all the other perks and benefits that comes along. So we've got office dogs, which is a perk for some people, not when they bark all day, which Lenny doesn't look like he's doing that right now, but he definitely does. He really does annoy us. But ultimately, it is a perk to have dogs in the office. We do lots of stuff on social media. We go out a lot. We do loads of team building. We do yoga. We do HIIT. We do dance. There's every kind of milk you can think of, this is a benefit. And so ultimately they're the sort of softer things that are much more cultural based that will help you retain your team, help those team members feel really, really good. And then when you go out to recruit, you've got a happy workforce that would sing your praises, that would write your reviews on Glassdoor, Indeed, the website, and social media. And you can use all this as part of your employer branding to get people into your business. But there's so much on retention. It's just, there's no point trying to offer someone brand new something that you are not offering your current team members. You need to review the processes that are internal and part of the day-to-day of your business and make those better, because if you can get people staying in your business, then that is going to help you recruit. As agency recruiters, you'd almost want companies to have bad retention, because it means that if you get them on as a client, that you could keep filling those roles. It's not like that for us. We genuinely give one about our clients. We want our clients to grow and be happy, and we want the people that we place there to feel the same. And so for us, it's super important to work on the inside out. But please, if you want more information about this sort of stuff, contact us. We do recruitment director, we do audits, we do lots and lots of different things that would help you to figure out where your business is at internally, and how your staff are feeling and what to do in order to solve those potential problems going forward. We've been Lenny and Emily. Bye.